Writing. Act as if you are the best. Stop waiting for the world to believe in you. Start acting like the person you are becoming. Because before your life changes, your behavior has to change. Welcome back to Inner Steel, the place where we build discipline, confidence, emotional strength, and a mind that refuses to break. If you want more powerful lessons like this, subscribe to Inner Steel and become part of the journey. Today, we're talking about one powerful principle. Act as if you are the best. This doesn't mean believing you're better than everyone else. It means refusing to behave like someone who has already given up. 1. Walk like you belong there. Imagine a young man walking into a room filled with successful people. Everyone around him looks confident. Expensive clothes. Strong voices. Important conversations. He immediately feels small. For a moment, he considers leaving. Then he remembers something. Nobody in that room can decide how he should carry himself. So he straightens his back, lifts his head, and walks forward. He doesn't pretend to know everything. He simply stops apologizing for being there. That's confidence. You don't need to wait until you feel powerful before you carry yourself with strength. Sometimes your behavior creates the confidence your mind was waiting for. Walk like you belong. Speak with purpose. Stand with discipline. You are teaching your mind, every day, who you believe you are. 2. Stop introducing yourself as your weaknesses. There was a man who constantly told people, "I'm not good with money. I'm not disciplined. I'm shy. I'm not lucky." And eventually, he started living exactly according to those statements. One day, a friend asked him, "What if you stopped describing yourself by your weaknesses?" That question changed him. Instead of saying, "I'm not disciplined," he started saying, "I'm becoming disciplined." Instead of saying, "I'm not confident," he said, "I'm learning confidence." Those words didn't magically solve his problems, but they changed his actions. Never turn your current weakness into your permanent identity. You may be struggling today. That doesn't mean you have to remain the same tomorrow. 3. Do the work before you feel ready. A young athlete wanted to become the best on his team. But every morning, he found an excuse not to train. He kept telling himself, "I'll start when I'm motivated." His coach eventually told him, "The best people don't train because they always feel motivated. They train because they decided who they want to become." That sentence stayed with him. The next morning, he trained. He wasn't excited. He wasn't inspired. He simply showed up. Months later, people called him naturally talented. They didn't see the mornings when he didn't want to get out of bed. That's the secret. Act like the best before anyone recognizes you as the best. The results come later. The discipline comes first. 4. Raise your standards. A man once noticed that his life was filled with people who constantly complained, mocked ambition, and celebrated mediocrity. He had become comfortable with it. Then one evening he asked himself, "If I continue living like this for 5 years, where will I be?" He didn't like the answer. So he changed his standards. He became more selective with his time. He became more serious about his goals. He stopped entertaining every argument. He stopped chasing approval. His life didn't change overnight. But slowly, his environment changed because he changed what he was willing to accept. If you want a better life, raise the standard of your behavior. 5. Stay calm under pressure. Anyone can look powerful when everything is going well. The real test comes when everything goes wrong. Imagine a leader whose business suddenly loses a major client. Everyone around him begins panicking. People start blaming each other. But he sits quietly and says, "Let's look at what we can control." He doesn't waste energy screaming. He doesn't make decisions from fear. He focuses. That's strength. Being the best isn't about never experiencing pressure. It's about refusing to let pressure control your character. When everyone loses their head, keep yours. Your calmness can become your greatest advantage. 6. Stop comparing your beginning to someone else's peak. A young creator looked at another creator's channel and felt defeated. Thousands of followers. Millions of views. Years of experience. He looked at his own numbers and thought, I'll never get there. Then he realized something. He was comparing his first chapter to someone else's 10th chapter. So he stopped watching their progress and started measuring his own. One video became better than the last. One skill improved. One mistake became a lesson. One day became another step forward. That's how greatness is built. Don't ask, why am I not where they are? Ask, am I better than I was yesterday? That's the competition that matters. 7. Keep your word to yourself. There's a special kind of confidence that comes from keeping promises you make privately. You tell yourself you'll wake up early. You do it. You say you'll exercise. You do it. You promise yourself you'll stop wasting hours scrolling. You stop. Every time you keep your word, your self-respect grows. A man once spent years telling himself he would change. But he kept breaking his own promises. Eventually, he stopped trusting himself. Then he started small. One promise. One day. One victory. Then another. Slowly, he rebuilt his confidence. Remember this. Self-respect is built through evidence. Give yourself evidence that you can trust yourself. 8. Become the person your future needs. Imagine meeting yourself 5 years from now. That future version of you has the discipline you want, the confidence you want, the peace you want, the strength you want. Now ask yourself, what did that person do today? Maybe he studied. Maybe he exercised. Maybe he walked away from unnecessary drama. Maybe he worked when nobody was watching. Maybe he said no when saying yes would have been easier. Your future isn't created someday. It's being created by the choices you make today. So act accordingly. Final message. You don't need to convince everyone that you're powerful. You don't need applause. You don't need permission. You need discipline. You need standards. You need courage. And most importantly, you need to start behaving like the person you are determined to become. Act as if you are the best. Not because you believe you're better than everyone else, but because you refuse to live beneath your potential. Walk with confidence. Work with discipline. Speak with purpose. Stay calm under pressure. Keep your promises. Raise your standards. And when nobody believes in you yet, believe enough in yourself to keep going. Because one day, the person you are pretending to be will become the person you actually are. This is Inner Steel. If this message spoke to you, subscribe to Inner Steel for more lessons on strength, discipline, confidence, and mastering yourself. And remember, you don't become your best self by waiting for greatness to arrive. You become your best self by acting like greatness is already being built inside you.